I welcome Purushottam and Simran. Welcome to our next session on data analysis. So, in the previous session, you guys have gone through with the concepts that a data analyst has to perform descriptive analytics, diagnostic analysis, predictive analytics, and prescriptive analytics. Okay. I believe you both are clear with the concepts, with all those four concepts. And for a non-data analyst, for a non-technical professional, if somebody asks what a data analyst do, for a non-technical stakeholder, you can explain them this way, that we do identify what happened in data, why did it happen, what will happen in future, and how will we make the best happen for the respective business. Okay. So there are two types of stakeholders whenever you will get into an organization. Some would be technical stakeholders, some would be non-technical stakeholders, like maybe CEOs or sales department or marketing department, or maybe let's say VP marketing or director marketing. All of these may be non-technical people. Okay. So, and if you have to explain them something, you have to explain them in non-technical language. So, and what they expect in return, uh, they would expect the hindsights, insights, and foresights. Okay. So for a non-technical stakeholder, you can always say, I do what happened in data, why did it happen, what will happen, and how do I make the best happen for business. And for technical stakeholders, you can tell them that we do descriptive analytics, diagnostic analytics, predictive analytics, and prescriptive analytics. So the terms which you have heard of, like machine learning, deep learning, forecasting, prediction, all of this fall under predictive analytics. Okay. And for a non-technical stakeholder, it means what will happen in future. So, and the outcomes are hindsights, insights, and foresights. Okay. Now, I would like to give you a quick broad view of, let's say, data analyst roles. What is the overall skill set which is expected? Okay. What kind of organizations those who hire for this role? Okay. So now I have searched for data analyst roles, and I've got a list of roles here. If you quickly see, if I quickly convert this to a hybrid graph, and I'll show you here. So if you can see, all over India, we have hiring clusters available where data analysts are recruited. I'm coming to this sector of Delhi NCR because currently you guys are from Delhi and NCR region. Okay. So if you see here, there are two clusters basically where you can look up to as a data analyst. So data analyst, there are organizations at Gurgaon, and there are organizations in the Noida cluster. Okay. Though there are a lot of companies in Delhi as well, but I'm talking about the major clusters, where you have big opportunities available. So from Delhi, we eventually have to serve maybe these two clusters, or somewhere maybe at Bangalore, Hyderabad, or any of the organizations, those who might be working there. And typically, majority of these, MNCs which we would be targeting are have multiple offices across different regions in India as well as international offices. So, you can look up to for a hybrid role or for a remote role as well. Now, so now what am I going to do? Here is we are going to do a quick understanding of how these data analyst roles are divided across this industry. Okay. So for a data analyst, here is an analysis of all different kinds of data analyst roles which are in demand in the industry. Okay. And why we are doing this? So that we remove confusion and we can prepare ourselves for the respective data analyst role which we would be targeting and for which we are eligible. Okay. I believe this is clear. So let's say, since you both are freshers, let us target, let us have a quick understanding of what types of roles are already available and what is the skill set or an experience required for these roles. Okay. So I'm pasting this data here and I'm asking him to sort the roles in tabular format with experience, salary package, salary band in India. ओके, लेट्स से हम एक्सपीरियंस और सैलरी बैंड इन इंडिया के बेसिस पे पहले रोल्स को सॉर्ट कर देते हैं. ठीक है, सॉर्ट द रोल्स इन टैबुलर फॉर्मेट इन असेंडिंग ऑर्डर, in ascending order of experience. Okay, let's have a look. So on the basis of analysis, we'll get to have salary bands and the ascending ladder. So now if you can see, the very first thing with which we can focus is a data analyst intern position that you guys are already aware of, that the minimum an organization hires starting from this position, data analyst interns or data analysis intern. Okay, these are the two roles which are stipend based roles, or maybe suitable for candidates those who are in college. Followed by, there is a role known as business data analyst intern for reporting and insights. Okay, now what do you understand with reporting and insights? This means you have to do what happened in data and why did it happen. Okay, so a business data analyst intern working in with 0 to 1 years of experience, maybe at this price range, would be working on reporting and insights part. Okay, so reporting means hindsights, and then you have insights, which means what is the reason behind something is happening for that respective business. So that is what business data analysts do. Then what do we have? We have data analyst trainees. Okay, those who are hired as freshers from college, or the candidates those who have just completed college. Okay. Then you have, let's say, a data analyst fresher with a salary band of 3 to 6 LPA. Then we have remote data analyst freelancers, 0 to 2 years of experience, 3 to 8 LPA equivalent. Okay. Then you have, roles like junior data analyst, around 4 to 8 LPA, 1 to 2 years of experience. Okay. Then you have, this is the role, a data analyst role with 4 to 9 LPA bracket and with 0 to 3 years of experience. So this is what we can start targeting. Okay, data analyst. This is the role which you have to typically search and apply for while while you will be proceeding towards placements. So data analyst role, experience expected is 0 to 3 years. The band starts from 4 LPA. Okay, and depending on the performance, we can justify our role with that organization and we can get started working. Similarly, I'll address other different roles. So once you are done, so let's say you have started as a data analyst initially, till around, let's say, 0 to 3 years, you would be doing, your role would be data analyst. Okay, typically. Once you are done with that, then you can proceed with, further roles in data analysis. And these further roles could be, scale solutions and insights data analyst, or a client data analyst, or a business data analyst. Okay, these would be further futuristic roles which you would be switching to once you are done with a few years of experience as a data analyst. Okay, then eventually what you can do, you can proceed towards becoming a data analyst partner operations. Okay, where your package would groom to from 6 to 13 LPA typically, followed by Then there is a role known as data analyst 2. Okay, data analyst 2, level 2. So this is also an important role for 2 to 4 years of experience. Then you can proceed towards becoming a global data analyst or a senior specialist. That is a kind of a role which is available for people with 3 to 6 years of relevant experience and approximately 9 to 18 LPA. Okay. Then, as soon as we progress, there are positions like senior associate data analyst. Okay. India senior associate data analyst with typically 3 to 6 years of experience. Then senior data analyst, 4 to 8 years of experience with this salary band, 12 to 25 LPA. Then there are roles with specific organizations for senior data analyst roles, and then followed by is lead data analyst roles, okay, which typically demand 6 to 10 years of experience working in the organization. So, which ranges somewhere from 25 to 50 LPA. So, lead data analyst remote working for US organizations from India on a US payroll, maybe, or so that's where a lot of money stays for data analyst roles. Okay, so this is just to give you a quick picture of how your data analysis career can transform with the years to come. I believe you have got a fair idea now. So the journey starts from a data analyst intern, then becoming a data analyst, then becoming a senior data analyst, followed by lead data analyst. These are the levels. So data analyst followed by data analyst level 2, then senior data analyst, and followed by lead data analyst. So these are typically 4 or 5 stages which you have to travel as fast as possible. And the early you run, the early you switch, the early you make yourself eligible for those roles, you will be able to increase your package drastically. Okay, and that is what should be your focus, should be your journey chart. Okay, and this is just to tell you that you should not lose focus. Okay, whatever path you have taken, you can take that path and start moving ahead. Okay, I believe this is clear with you for now. Now,
Yes, sir.
okay, now the next part is what kind of skill set is required, okay, for a data analyst, or what kind of organizations are hiring for data analyst. So as I have told you, there are some good organization, and let's say I just sort these organizations on the basis of reputation and offered salary, so that you have a clear map about where you have to go and when your journey should stop without losing focus. Okay. The biggest problem is people lose focus. They get confused. They try to work on 50, 100 different things and they don't make outcome from even one. Okay. With my candidates, I always request them to be focused on one single target. Till that target is not achieved, you have to be focused on it and you have to take small little actions to complete that. Okay. Otherwise, you will never be successful. Whatever you start, be it a very small little thing, but if you have set a target, you have to complete it. You have to accomplish it. Okay. And there might be certain, situations where you have to quit, maybe. So I'll give you a reference of when you will land up in a situation where you feel like quitting. Then what should be your thought and what should you measure in order to decide whether I should quit at this moment or should I continue? Okay, I'll give you one framework for that as well. Okay, today we'll discuss on it. Now, so let's just sort this. Sort the companies on the basis of reputation and salary band from salary band in descending order for a data analyst career. Okay, because whenever you will start a journey, obviously you will anchor at some position. And then from that anchor, you have to walk up the ladder. Okay. I believe this is clear. So all of these should be on your clear roadmap, that this is what is my roadmap and I'm going to follow it. Okay. The biggest enemy is confusion. You have to protect yourself from confusion and noise. Okay. Now let's see. So now we see the next part is this chart shows job posting frequency. Okay. So let's say, yeah, here we have these organizations. So priority score is done on the basis of brand reputation plus data analytics career value plus expected salary band in India. Okay. So let's say for general data analyst salary is roughly around 4.5 to 11.5 LPA and top earners earn around 17 LPA. Okay. So this is like people, those who are doing pretty good, and senior lead analytics roles can move toward 18 to 35 LPA depending on the company and skill sets. Okay. And if you see for companies like JP Morgan and Chase, which is, consider these as the dream companies to work for people. So premium companies, examples, JP Morgan compensation in India is reported around 29.3 LPA. Okay. And Microsoft India data AI roles can go significantly higher at advanced levels. Okay. So now if you see with respect to reputation and where you can land up to, so you can target Microsoft, which is a global big tech, 18 to 35 LPA. Not at the first position, but eventually that should be your target. Okay, that could be your value ladder or with what companies you should apply for and prepare yourself accordingly. Okay. Then the second organization is JP Morgan Chase, Boston Consulting Group, okay, BCG. And then you have Snowflake, Deloitte, Big Four, PwC India, KPMG India, okay. Then we have global bankings, HSBC, Barclays, okay. These are GCCs. What do you mean by GCC? GCC stands for Global Capability Centers, okay. I'll just tell you, I'll just write it somewhere here. So GCC stands for Global Capability Centers. Okay. So what do we mean by global capability centers? So suppose HSBC is an international bank and Barclays is an international bank. So what they do, they set up a GCC in India. Okay. GCC is a global capability center and people are hired for HSBC, but it is not registered in India. So people would definitely would be working from GCCs for HSBC. Okay. That is how it is. So GCCs are tech, you can consider them as offices where these organizations have their own offices in India and then name it as GCC. They won't name it as an HSBC bank or Barclays bank where you're working in it. You would be working at a GCC for these global banking players. Okay. So this is also a good place, to work and experience higher level problems. And your value, you will be able to create more value when you will be able to solve bigger problems. Okay. If you are solving a 50,000 crore problem, then your value becomes 50,000 crore. Okay. If you are solving a 100 rupee problem, then your value becomes 100 rupee. Okay. So why we should target bigger organizations? Because they are dealing with big value problems. Okay. And if you solve those big value problems, or if you are a part of those big problems or big value problems, obviously your value gets increased. Okay. And I believe you are aware that why top organizations only hire from reputed organizations or only hire people those who have already worked at reputed organizations, because of the fact that this person has seen challenges at production grade and at a very high scale, okay, for huge number of people, and he understands that how to deal with it in such organizations. what is the level of the problem with which you shall deal with. Okay. So it is altogether a different fact. And you won't be able to find it in books, courses, anywhere. Okay. So when you're solving a problem for a bigger organization, it is available nowhere. Okay. It is available with only those people, those who have experience or are consulting those organizations in solving those challenges. I believe you are clear. Is this clear so far? Okay. Now, and I have access to many such organizations because I have been consulting to them. So I will be bringing those insights with you while we are implementing these projects. Okay. So that you will understand that what should be the level of the problem which we shall be solving. Okay. And only then your value gets increased. Clear? Now, so these are some of the organizations: Barclays, Zynga, Dazn, which is a sports tech product analytics company. Then you have Volvo Group, Global Automotive Analytics, GCC. So one project which we are doing, which is automotive analytics, is directly applicable to Volvo Group or any other big organization. In fact, the project is with Deloitte. Deloitte does that automotive intelligence for different organizations and market players, those who don't have their respective IT cell or IT department. Similarly, AP Moller, BP, LTI Mindtree, HCL Tech, Wipro, CGI. Then there are n number of organizations. Synechron, okay, BFSI Tech Consulting. Then Capcom, Epsilon India, Bharat Pay. There are a lot of organizations, and there are many startups also which are available. Okay, but eventually, it is better to get started and work with top 10 organizations. So I will share this list with you, and you just make a clear list that I would be working with either of these organizations. I have to prepare myself, and my project should be around these organizations. Okay. So now the point is why a project is important. A project is important because when you will go for an interview for that organization, we would want to understand what you have implemented so far. And do you have any thought process about what kind of challenges these companies are facing and how will you be able to solve them? Have you really seen those challenges? So your project is a representation of what level of challenges you are thinking of and you can solve. I believe this is clear. Hence, the projects which we will be taking would be aligned with these top 10 organizations. Okay, not all. I don't want to target all these, Burgery India or Wake Up Nisi or Infiat Consulting. I don't want to target this low, poor roles. Okay, even though these are data analysts, but I don't want to get into an organization which offers me very, very less perks. Okay, because the problems which they are solving is small level. Okay. So what our target should be, we should fit ourselves to higher value organizations, those who are dealing with bigger challenges in life. And with that, we increase our value exponentially. I have given you that example कि पानी का बॉटल एयरपोर्ट और नॉर्मल बस स्टॉप पे प्राइस का डिफरेंस है जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ पोजिशनिंग. ठीक है. So consider yourself as a bottle and these are the spots where you can place yourself. तो आप जहां अपने आप को प्लेस करोगे उस बेसिस पे आपकी वैल्यू डिसाइड हो जाएगी. ठीक है. आई बिलीव दिस इज क्लियर. सो इफ वी सी एज ऑफ नाउ, ओके, इफ वी सी एज ऑफ नाउ, सो अभी अभी मान लो कि ठीक है, चलो मैं टॉप 30 कंपनीज, बस टॉप 30, अभी ये मेरा इतना है, बस टॉप 30 के अंदर मुझे रहना है इनिशियली. ठीक है. अगर मुझे स्टार्ट करना है तो मुझे टॉप 30 पे रहना है, या मिनिमम मेरा 6 LPA होना चाहिए पैकेज. ठीक है. तो टॉप 34 कंपनीज अगर आप देखोगे तो वो 6 LPA से स्टार्ट करेंगे. 6 to 16 LPA, 6 to 15 LPA, 7 LPA, 6 LPA, 8 LPA, ओके, 7 LPA, 6 LPA, 5 LPA वाली हम हटा देंगे. ठीक है. सारी हम ओनली 6 LPA से ऊपर वाली, फिर आ गया 10 LPA, 12 LPA, एंड दीज आर फॉर basic roles also. मतलब when you will apply them as a data analyst, even with a fresher level role, your package perks would start somewhere here because they offer on the basis of their company standard. They don't offer on the basis of what your experience is. They offer with respect to their industry standards. Okay, I believe this is clear. So आपको अपना स्टैंडर्ड बढ़ा करके इसमें से एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के अंदर घुसना है. क्लियर हो गई बात? टारगेट क्लियर है कि क्या करना है? तो अब अगर मैं ये बोलूं कि ये मेरा टारगेट है, ठीक है, और इसी टारगेट के ऊपर मुझे बढ़ना है, अराउंड लेट्स से टॉप 30-35 ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस हैं अभी मेरे पास जो 6 LPA प्लस ऑफर करेंगी. ठीक है, टॉप 30 ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस हैं जो 6 LPA प्लस ऑफर करेंगी और वही मेरे टारगेट्स हैं. मेरा जो प्रोजेक्ट हम करना चाहते हैं या जो स्किल सेट हम अप्लाई करना चाहते हैं वो हम इन चैलेंजेस के अक्रॉस बिल्ड करेंगे so that we seen as high value asset when we go for an interview for that organization. Clear? I'll share this with you. Okay. Now, now comes now comes the project part. Okay. फिर उस प्रोजेक्ट के ऊपर हम स्किल अप्लाई करेंगे. ओके, हम एक प्रोजेक्ट पिकअप करेंगे और हम उसके ऊपर एक स्किल अप्लाई करेंगे. सो अभी जो हमने प्रोजेक्ट डिस्कशन करना का प्लान किया था फॉर डेटा एनालिटिक्स विच वाज दिस: become a job ready data analyst with an automotive customer intelligence project. ठीक है, this is the first project with which we are going to start. Okay, this is not the only project which we will do. We will try to do as many projects as possible before we get placed. Okay, because the journey stops when we get placed. So till then we are not placed, we have to do as many as possible projects we can do. Okay, but we'll start from one. एक बार में हमें कंफ्यूजन नहीं करना है. ठीक है, मैंने आपको बोल दिया जो बिगेस्ट एनिमी है वो है कंफ्यूजन. ओके, एंड हाउ विल यू बी एबल टू सॉल्व इट? जस्ट बी क्लियर ऑन योर टारगेट, दैट व्हाट आई वांट टू अचीव and what actions I have to take regularly to do that. And the actions are practice and repetitions, practice and revisions. Okay, so future आगे मैं देख रहा हूं. Consider me as the engine and you guys are the bogies. ठीक है, so you have to practically implement all the concepts which we are doing practically in these sessions. Okay, and accordingly we will move forward. Now, so now we'll quickly take this automotive intelligence case study and we are going to plot it across Deloitte and the skill set roles. Okay, it is automotive intelligence, let's say data analysis. Using data analysis, site Deloitte. Okay, let's do it after 2026 जनवरी, क्योंकि बहुत पुराने भी प्रोडक्ट्स आ गए उनके. ठीक है, हम अभी लेटेस्ट वाले देख रहे हैं कि व्हाट आर दे डूइंग आफ्टर मई जून के बाद, क्या इन्होंने करना शुरू किया. ठीक है, ऑडिट सर्विसेज हैं, स्पेशलिस्ट एनालिटिक्स. ओके, प्राइवेसी नोट. ठीक है, हम एक काम करते हैं, इसका था आई थिंक ऑटोमोटिव इंटेलिजेंस ही डाल देता हूँ सीधा, ऑटोमोटिव. Okay, so they are working on automotive, which would be our first one. Yeah, this was the case study, 2026 Global Automotive Consumer Study. Okay. So let's do a quick summary of this. This is the article which I'm talking about. And let me put it on a project here. Deloitte project. Deloitte Automotive ठीक है, अभी इसको बाद में इसका नाम रख देंगे. विल पुट अ क्लियर प्रोजेक्ट नेम फॉर दिस. दिस इज ग्लोबल ऑटोमोटिव कंज्यूमर स्टडी. Automotive consumer study. Okay. So we are going to refer this and we are going to put data analyst skills across this. Okay. So I'm going to offer this, summarize the article. Okay. So हम क्या करेंगे, जो डेटा एनालिस्ट का स्किल सेट है, ठीक है, जो भी स्किल्स हमें एज अ डेटा एनालिस्ट रोल के लिए चाहिए, जो भी फ्रेमवर्क्स हैं, वो अब हम इस कंज्यूमर स्टडी को रियल एग्जाम्पल मान के इंप्लीमेंट करते हुए जाएंगे. ठीक है, तो कॉन्सेप्ट डेटा एनालिसिस के करेंगे, एग्जाम्पल सेट ये होगा हमारा एक रियलिस्टिक डेटा सेट, सो दैट जब आप अपने रेज्यूमे में प्रोजेक्ट मेंशन करोगे, सो दे विल बी वेरी हैप्पी टू सी कि एक बच्चा कॉलेज का he is doing a global consumer study as a project reference and coming for an interview. And these are the differentiators which these top organizations want to see in the professionals. Okay, मान लो आपकी कंपनी होती है डेलॉयट, तो who would you have hired? जो ऐसे ही भेड़ चाल में चलता हुआ आ रहा है, या जो प्रोस्पेक्टिव वो प्रोजेक्ट्स पढ़ के या करके या मेहनत करके आया है जिस बिजनेस के ऊपर आप लोग काम कर रहे हो. ठीक है, सो ऑब्वियसली द डिसीजन इज वेरी क्लियर, हु वुड यू हायर. आई डोंट नीड टू इवन टेल द आंसर. ठीक है, द आंसर इज सो ऑब्वियस. ओके, नाउ सो अब देखो क्या हो रहा है. सो डेलॉइट्स 2026 ग्लोबल कंज्यूमर स्टडी क्या बोलती है. डेलॉइट का आर्टिकल ये बोलता है, हाउ द ऑटोमेटिव इंडस्ट्री इज बीइंग रीशेप्ड बाय चेंजिंग कंज्यूमर एक्सपेक्टेशंस. ओके, which means automotive industry is being reshaped by changing consumer expectations around what? Around affordability, trust, transparency, electrification, connectivity, AI, and service experience. Okay, so these are some of the problem statements. ठीक है, affordability, trust, transparency, electrification, connectivity, AI, and service experience. ठीक है. Now, on what basis this study is based? This study is based on insights from more than 28,500 consumers across 27 automotive markets worldwide. And that's fantastic. ठीक है, so कितना बड़ा स्केल हो गया. हमने हम उस स्टडी के ऊपर काम करने जा रहे हैं, एनालिसिस करने जा रहे हैं, और हम क्या करेंगे, डिस्क्रिप्टिव, डायग्नोस्टिक, प्रिडिक्टिव एंड प्रिस्क्रिप्टिव एनालिटिक्स करेंगे उस डेटा सेट के ऊपर जो 28,500 कंज्यूमर्स अक्रॉस 27 ऑटोमोटिव मार्केट्स के बेसिस के ऊपर कलेक्ट किया गया. ओके, आई बिलीव दिस इज क्लियर. So we'll start on this project from tomorrow onwards in the next session. Okay, so this is all for today's session. You have to practice so far what are the roles, what are the expectations of the organizations, and from tomorrow we'll start from this global automotive consumer study. पहले हम इसे समझेंगे, फिर डेटा एनालिसिस स्किल्स को मैप करेंगे और फिर आगे बढ़ेंगे. ओके, दैट्स ऑल फॉर टुडे.
मीन्स बेसिकली हम मतलब प्रोजेक्ट बेसिस स्टडी करेंगे, राइट?